You're listening to Wet Shaving Talk, powered by SharpBiologist.com, where we're dedicated to preserving the art and skill of classic shaving. I'm your host, Joe Borrelli, and today is November 13th, 2023. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast, and happy November to you, first show of November. So a lot going on in the wet shaving world. There's some new releases, a lot of stuff going, getting ready for the holiday season. So I know everybody is just gearing up and getting their stuff ready to go. So we'll keep this really to the point today. But first off, happy Thanksgiving. This is actually the last show before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving in the United States is next week. Big holiday for families and all that stuff. So I hope you guys have a great week coming up. And for you retail managers out there, I wish you the best of luck, because we go through a lot, especially in the wine and spirits business and the grocery business right now. A very, very busy week coming up. So good luck for all of you retailers out there, and for everybody else. Show them a little compassion when you go in the stores. Yes, that's right. It's very busy and very the time of the year is just, it can get pretty rough out there. Let's just make sure we all treat each other very kindly and nice. So happy Thanksgiving to you all out there that celebrate. Today on the show, we've got a new razor from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, the Artifact, that just came out to celebrate their 10th anniversary. So I want to also salute them and give them a happy 10th anniversary salute. We've got a new Oneblade razor that is for the ladies. That's right. They have come out with a new razor for design for the ladies, which is really cool. That is out and available now for pre-order. I believe it's available for sale. And the fall products from the Fall Seasonal Special 2023, best in 3 years. Best availability, best selection, even with with 3 or 4 brand new vendors entering the game. It was a really good year. And finally, guys, yes, the book that I wrote, The Modern Guide to Straight Razor Shaving Straight Razors, is out. It is live, and it is starting to ship today. Actually started to ship last week. So if you're interested in purchasing one or you want to talk about it, it is available on Amazon. I'll get in more detail. Well, I'll have the link and everything in the show notes. Well, without further ado, everyone, let's get on with the show. So Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements has been in the game now officially for 10 years. I can't believe it. Those 10 years have gone by so fast. They've been making soap. Primarily, they started as a soap company, right? You remember there was the mustache, blog site, right? And then you had the Synergy shave soaps that he came out with. How to Grow Mustache. Sorry, that blog site came out, and that's kind of how it started, and just got larger and bigger. And now it's Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, where Fran and Douglas Smythe, they kind of merged their companies and all of their knowledge and their skills and brought them together into one company. And now we have 10 years of them in business. So we want to first off give you guys a wet shaving talk salute, because anybody that can do a small business for 10 years, I got to tell you, you got to be doing something right, and you're still keeping it fresh. One thing about PAA, or Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements as everybody calls it, is that he keeps it, Fran and Doug, they keep it fresh. Like if you look at their website every release they do, there's a story. And I'm pretty sure that they write all of everything. They're writers, right? He is a writer. I know Douglas Smythe is a writer as well, and writes all the stories and comes up with these storylines for all of the soaps and their scents and everything. And not only do they do like homages to the past, they do brand new releases as well. And I'm just really impressed that for 10 years they've kept that consistent. They've been innovative, and they still keep up with new releases and keeping the stories real interesting and making it fun. So without this kind of a vendor or artisan, I don't think we would be able to have a lot of the stuff that we have today. So first off, Douglas and Fran, we salute you from the Wet Shaving Talk podcast. Congratulations on 10 years of being in business and your latest release, the Artifact Razor. Now, the Artifact Razor is a razor, and when I was reading through, of course, there was a story behind it and a lot of work put into it. It was it's a 3-piece razor that's composed of 3 different components: gold, brass, and a Bakelite. And it's a homage to the Evermoist razor that was out in the 1920s, I believe, teens or 20s, which is a razor that was designed to say it was self-lubricating and kept the face, lubricated while shaving, kind of like the way with those lubricating strips you'd say with the cartridge razors. So this razor is a homage to that with a little bit of a modern flair. And it's, instead of them doing like a set, I guess they decided to do a razor for their 10th anniversary. Now you can definitely tell there's been work put into this, because it is composed of 3 different materials, and it's just it looks like and it comes in a beautiful like little vegan leather case with blades in it. So that's something new. I gotta say, it's a really nice piece to come out, and nice homage. There are a lot of razors that they've done that are homages, and that just shows you that that's a lot of research it takes to do that. I mean, you have the double open comb, which is a razor that came out, very, very limited. It's not something that was. I'm pretty sure that probably PAA sold more of their version than the original one did, 80 years ago when it came out or so, right? So, a beautiful razor. This one looks really cool. I think Mantic, he did do a review on it on Sharpologist just recently, so guys, check it out if you see it. I don't have a link for it, but it's there. It's on the Sharpologist website. And just wanted to say that I thought this is one of the coolest releases they've done, especially with that case, that little vegan leather blue case. Looks really nice. So, salute you guys. Happy 10 years, PAA. And here's to another 10 years of being in business and keeping it all innovative and fun in the wet shaving world. Oneblade has released a new razor specifically for ladies called the Dawn Razor. It was just recently came out. I believe it is available now on their website. Last I checked, it was. And it is completely designed from aluminum with a steel head, and designed for for women to use on their legs and stuff like that. And it comes in different colors, different handle, with the same Oneblade technology and blades. So taking all the good stuff of the Oneblade and putting it into an easier to hold handle, made of aluminum, with a really cool new stand, priced at under $120. So this is a razor that I think will definitely be something to be on the ladies' Christmas list this year. I think this is something that if you are a wet shaving, and you're a man and you want to have a significant other and you want to buy her something else, I think this would be a great Christmas gift. I think this would be really cool to get somebody into wet shaving, because it's specifically designed for them in mind. So different handle, different style, different colors are available, and the new stand that's available as well makes it look really cool. It's I think with Oneblade, I think out of all of the wet shaving stuff that's come out in the last 10 years or so, 20 years, this is one of the innovative items that keeps it true to our wet shaving roots, I guess, if you want to say. It keeps that single blade, that classic design, but with new technology. So I'm a fan of the Oneblade. I do have a Oneblade myself, and I do like using them. So I would definitely say that this would probably be a great product. I think consistently their quality's been good. I think, a lot of people will say their price used to be a lot higher. They've actually made them much more affordable recently. So to get into a Oneblade, it's not as hard as it was when it first came out, which is basically, we're talking, I think, 2016, 2017. I think this when it came out. I mean, we're going on like 7 or 8 years now with this razor being in business. And the blades and stuff, those feather blades that use this, that are used in this razor, on these razors, are one of the best I guess disposable blades available. It is, and it's known for that. And they're very, very good quality, great blade. And that's why I don't ever, try to put something else in there or use a different style blade. Get the one that it belongs in there, because you'll definitely diminish the performance on the razor. But I want to salute Oneblade. They're coming out with another innovative razor, and really looking forward to seeing the reviews on this one. And if you're looking for a Christmas gift, this is the one to get this year, because it's available now, and you can maybe get your significant other into the hobby as well, and then both of you guys can have the bug in wet shaving. So the fall seasonal special this year, guys, was very dear to me. I know it was delayed a lot. I did get sick during it and had laryngitis. So I mean, when you have laryngitis, it's very hard to record a podcast, mainly because it's hard to talk in general, and it just doesn't sound good. And the last thing I would want you guys to do is hear, muffled or not perfect audio, right? And there's nothing you can really do about it if you can't talk. So delayed it a little bit, which gave me a little bit more time to put it together. But there were a lot of vendors. There was a lot of replicated stuff, which is good too. Re-released that have been coming out every year. But there was a lot of new stuff as well. And I was really impressed with some of the vendors. First Line Shave was one of them that came out with a really nice set, something new. And, the Holy Black came out with, again, they came out with a really cool set with a mixologist set with the lights in it and everything like that for the fragrances. And it was just really cool. It's a great time of the year to be in wet shaving and to really see everything. And if you're going to purchase anything, that's really the time to make major purchases. That's my favorite time to do it. You had 10 years celebrated by Hollows for Barrister and Mann. That doesn't happen every day. We're seeing something different now. We're seeing 10 years now, like 2 vendors celebrating 10 years of being in business, which is something that 10 years ago, we didn't have, but a handful of vendors and artisans out there doing stuff like this. So there was over, right now, that my list shows that I have over 143 artisans actively working. Last year, we lost about 18 artisans last year, but we gained about 24. So, it's gone up and down. And we've seen actually 2 artisans come back into the game. So that's just my list from stats that I have from year to year. I usually do that at the end. This year I didn't have too much time to do it, but I did it this week, and just really happy with the way the wet shaving world's going in this direction. If I missed you with your wet shaving products that came out for Halloween and I didn't see it, let me know. Send me an email if you're a vendor, if you're an artisan, and then I'll add you to the list. I do work pretty hard keeping stuff and trying to find it, but my time is limited, so to about anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes per vendor. That's all I really have to do it. So make it easy for me to see, and it will make it really easy for the customers to see as well. So looking forward to 2024 with releases. Already seeing a lot of Christmas releases and the holiday season releases coming out, and people coming out with some soaps and aftershaves on that. So great year so far. Looking forward to 2024, which I feel is going to probably be really good in addition to that. All right, so the new book is here. Last podcast in the fall seasonal special, I announced the Modern Guide to Straight Razor Shaving. This is a book that I wrote and compiled a lot of it's actually all of my writing. It's not anybody else's. Compiled into a guide, a physical guide that's a paperback book that you can hold and pick up and give as a gift and have, part of your collection. And it took me at least around 4 years to come up with it. And I'll tell you a little bit more. I didn't get a chance to tell the story, so that's kind of why I cut the podcast content short today, because this is a major accomplishment for me in the wet shaving world, and it took a lot of time. Working full time, being a parent, being a husband, a friend, an employee, all that stuff. The grind of the everyday. It makes it tough to do stuff like this. So it took me 4 years to finish it. To tell you a little bit about the story, this has been on my New Year's resolution to finish this book for 4 years. So to be able to finish it this year, I just was so, I'm so stoked to have it done and for you guys to enjoy it as well. So I did write the book 100% myself. I'll go over just a little bit about the background of it. It's based on a lot of modern day stuff involved in wet shaving. So we have some classic methods of stropping with modern ways of stropping, with stuff that we've seen. Example, one stone honing is in there with cauticles that may not have been in a classic book or anybody else's book, in addition to classic ways of honing a razor with basic stones, with water stones, methods on how to do it. All the stuff that we've picked up in this current century and stuff that we've learned from modern day practices are added into with classic stuff as well. So this kind of makes it more of a 21st century guide to straight razors. It is 80 pages long. and it's got color pictures in it. There's some pictures of me in there holding, skin stretching techniques, which is more of a modern way of doing it. And then we're going to teach you how to shave, how to maintain, how to collect. But it's easy to read. It's very to the point, kind of like the way I write for Sharpologist and kind of the way I do this podcast. So I don't like to make it, too wordy or anything like that. It's to the point. So when you can go through it, you can research, you can find stuff in there, and you can read and just get what you need and keep it, close by. So this book is designed to be a guide and a little bit of a how-to guide on how to start with straight razors. So if you're looking for something like that, if you're a straight razor user, enjoy. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Send me an email, and I will definitely respond to it. So a little bit about it is began working on this project back in 2019. Put it on the back burner, because life happens. I had my son. We had a lot of stuff going on, work, all that stuff like that. So I've been writing also articles for Sharpologist, and I went back and forth with this book, for several years. But I was like, after about 6 months to probably about 10 months ago now, I said to myself, you know what? I got to finish this. This is done. I'm finishing it before the end of the year, and I put a date. Which I learned from actually watching countless YouTube videos and learning, and reading articles on how to, write a book and get to the end of it. So I put a complete date of November 8th, 2023. It came out on November 10th. So I'm very proud. I was very close to my complete date. And I did that 10 months ago. I gave that date. Really had no idea what to do or writing a book was about. So I did do a lot of research, got into it, started writing it, changed it around 9,000 times. I have to say I've proofread it a bunch of times. I've switched the way it sounded. I changed it, and just really went through a lot of drafts, probably at least a dozen or so drafts, until I found the copy that I felt read best for me. I've finally got I think a good representation to where it flows really easy. I added sections to it, And one thing is I read it out loud, too. I think that's something that really helped me. I read the whole thing out loud just to see how it would sound, and that's how it would change a lot of the editing. So I made a point of referencing all the material from past publications that I've done, and I've taken some of that information to this book from Sharpologist. And another thing is I did not use any AI or artificial intelligence helpers. That's a lot of people are it's becoming very popular right now. I didn't use any of that. It's just old-fashioned writing and research and trial and error and my experience with straight razors, and just the last what is it now, 12 years that I've been using them, 12 or 13 years that I've been using a straight razor on a daily basis, and how I've come to be able to do it on a daily life, how to do it every day. So that's really what it is in a nutshell. And if you are a straight razor user, it'll be a great read for you. If you're, looking into getting a straight razor, it's great. If you need a holiday gift, go for it. Not doing this to make $1 million, guys, to be honest. I just did this because I wanted to do it, to be completely honest. The whole book is published, self-published. The cover, everything is all done by myself. Everything was edited. I didn't use anybody else other than Amazon that takes a look at it before. And actually, I was pretty happy that they came back and said there was no adjustments to be made. So self-publishing is also something that I learned to do during this time. And I did know that you have to purchase an ISBN number, so I purchased that. So I purchased my own, so I own that. So this book can be distributed. If you go through Amazon, it's there, so they can only be sold there. So if it is a distributor, it can be distributed. So if you have a wet shaving shop, or if you have a place that you'd like to carry the book, you can. You just got to contact me, and I'll make it happen for you. So it is, can be distributed and resold. And just learning all that stuff too is just a lot going on. A lot. The cover design's mine. Everything else is mine. And it was I was very proud when Amazon came back and they review your book before they publish it, which took the 2 extra days. So I did make it on the day, but I didn't know I had to submit it earlier. I thought I had just submitted on the day of, and it takes 2 days for them to review it. So that's the only reason why I was 2 days late, which I'll learn for next time. But they went through it. They came back. They said no mistakes. They said the book looks good. We're gonna publish it as is. I got like one of those author copies to take a look at it. Found a few mistakes in it. Changed it up again. Sent it in, and that's the final copy that we're getting now. So really proud, guys, about this accomplishment. this is kind of why I've been very, very quiet with writing in the last year. I've been spending all my free time on this. So now that it's done, I'll get back into writing articles, and I'm finding out some new stuff to do. And I may write another book as well. If you have any ideas or stuff that you're looking for in a book, let me know. Send me an email, joe.wetshavingnews@gmail.com, and I will definitely look at that idea because I'm really interested in possibly doing another book in the future. But yeah, check it out. The show notes, I have the link to it direct to Amazon. Appreciate the support there if you're interested. And also, I'll be coming out with the ebook for this in January. So in January, February, it takes a little bit longer. I'll have an ebook out there which will be instantly downloadable from Amazon as well. So thank you guys for all the support. I couldn't have done this book or all this work, or it was the true inspiration was all of you guys listening to this podcast and reading all the work and just being involved and really enjoying straight razors and bringing it back to life is the reason why. Really was the drive and the determination that I had to make this come out. It was really for the listeners, because you guys have really made this fun for me and continue to make it fun for me. So I appreciate the time on that, and give me a little bit extra time this week to just talk about it, because it's something that was a lot of work and I'm very proud of. So thank you all for taking a look and being interested in it. If you have any other questions, of course, or comments, always feel free to just email me. I'll get back to you very quickly on that. So that concludes the show for this week, guys. Special thanks to Mark, aka Mantic59, and most of all, you guys, the listeners. Remember, our show is powered by Sharpologist.com, what your father did teach you about shaving. Don't forget to check out my blog site, shavestraightandsafe.com, with new stuff out there and more information on the book. And always check my YouTube channel. I will have some new stuff coming up in the new year, working on some new content as well. Our next show will be on the 27th of this month, November. Until then, shave straight and shave safe. Bye-bye now.